After more than a week immersed in tropical conditions on our unforgettable Gold Coast to Cairns road trip, arriving in Sydney on a chilly August evening felt like a sharp change of pace. Winter had clearly made itself known. I was staying with a friend, and the next morning he drove to Mount Annan, a gently rolling area in southwestern Sydney nestled between Campbelltown and Camden in New South Wales. It's lush and the landscape feels alive, a striking contrast to the bare, dormant winters I was used to in Europe. Before long, we arrived at the Australian Botanical Garden Mount Annan, a sprawling 416-hectare sanctuary dedicated to native Australian plants. Opened in 1988, it is the largest botanical garden in the country and home to more than 4,000 plant species. Designed to showcase the extraordinary diversity of Australia's flora, the garden continues to expand toward representing many of the nation's roughly 25,000 known plant species. Although two loop roads allow visitors to drive through the grounds, the true beauty of the garden reveals itself only when you stop, wander, and explore its many themed areas on foot. From the summit of Sundial Hill, we were rewarded with sweeping 360-degree views of the surrounding countryside, including distant glimpses of the Sydney skyline. At the top sits the sundial of human involvement, an unusual and interactive timepiece. Visitors themselves become the nanoan, casting a shadow to indicate the hour. Because the standing position shifts throughout the year along a figure-8 path known as an analemmatic, this design is called an analemmatic sundial.
Hindi ko mag-gets kung paano nag-work ito. But this is interesting.
It's 9:54, but the shadow is like almost.
As we wandered, we spotted a variety of birds scattered across different sections of the grounds, adding to the sense of calm and connection with nature.
Bagong university lang yata ito.
Eastern Sydney University. Ano naman siya? Marami siyang mga campus.
Bakit naman tayo?
Early the following morning, my friend drove to a nearby train station.
So wala kayo babae kaya nagtagpin. So somewhere here is the train station.
Left his car there, and we boarded a train headed for central Sydney. About an hour and a half later, we arrived. Stepping out of the station, I was immediately struck by the city's character, historic buildings standing shoulder to shoulder with sleek, modern structures. We set out for a leisurely walk through Darling Harbour, passing Sydney Town Hall along the way. This grand civic building, dating back to the late 19th century, is the largest of its kind in Australia and is celebrated for its richly decorated Victorian interiors. Darling Harbour itself has a fascinating history. Its major redevelopment was announced in 1984, and it was officially opened by Queen Elizabeth II on May 4, 1988. The Sydney Sea Life Aquarium was the first attraction to welcome visitors, soon followed by museums, restaurants, shops, hotels, and entertainment venues that transformed the area into one of Sydney's liveliest precincts. The area is also home to attractions such as Wildlife Sydney Zoo, Madame Tussauds, the Chinese Garden of Friendship, the Australian National Maritime Museum, the Lyric Theatre, Star Casino, the Powerhouse Museum, and the newly rebuilt International Convention Centre.
I'm with Elmore. Where are we?
We're in Darling Harbour. We're just crossing the bridge.
Yeah. What's the name of this bridge?
To the CBD. the name of this bridge.
Don't stress yourself. We'll
And
find out
on
later.
our-
One of the harbor's most distinctive landmarks is Pyrmont Bridge, a 369-meter-long structure that stands as a reminder of Australia's industrial past. It is among the world's oldest surviving electrically operated swing-span bridges. For decades, it served as a vital transport link between the city and Sydney's expanding western suburbs, with its swinging span allowing tall ships to pass into Darling Harbour. Today, more than 5 million pedestrians cross it each year.
Left side is the sea life and the wildlife.
Anong pangalan niya? Westfield Tower?
Westfield Tower. 360 Tower.
May restaurant sa taas?
Yeah, there's a restaurant there, revolving restaurant.
Okay.
You can eat. And
Enjoy the view.
yeah, and this is Queen Victoria building.
Okay.
The other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So earlier on, we are in the other side.
Okay.
With so much to see and limited time, we eventually had to cut our exploration short and head to the airport to pick up Ruth, who was flying in to join me.
Sa upper deck tayo, tapos merong lower deck dun. Welcome to Sydney.
The next morning, we dropped off my friend at the hospital where he works, and his wife kindly took over as our guide for the day.
Sige, see you.
See you later.
See you tonight. Enjoy your shift.
Gusto mo dito, kuya, or ate? Hindi, sige na. Okay.
Ikaw, dito mo.
Dito ka, ate, para makita mo. Na sunod-sunod din sa sakyan. Ano sila, no? Saan yung experience sa... Ah, 20 minutes drive. Private pala, sa katabi ng public. Pero okay, mas okay nga yung ano eh. Yung mga doctor sa private actually.
We returned to the Australian Botanic Garden, and with 2 women on the outing, it felt only natural to spend extra time admiring the plants and flowers. Set among rolling hills, lakes, and manicured lawns, the Australian Botanical Garden Mount Annan beautifully displays native flora in a variety of ecosystems, including the endangered Cumberland Plain woodland. The grounds also feature native wildlife, a children's playground, picnic shelters, free gas barbecues, a nursery and gift shop. Best of all, admission is free. We found the experience particularly remarkable, as seeing gardens bursting with color and life in the middle of winter is almost unheard of in Europe. An Australian winter, we joked, feels more like a European summer. Plants and flowers are far more than decorative elements in our surroundings. They are life givers, healers, teachers, and silent companions in our journey. In a world that constantly demands our attention, they invite us to slow down and simply be. Taking time out of our busy schedules to visit and admire plants and flowers is a way of honoring the natural world and ourselves. By doing so, we rediscover peace, perspective, and the simple joy of being alive. Plants provide oxygen, food, and medicine, making life on Earth possible. They form the foundation of ecosystems and help maintain environmental balance. Flowers play a crucial role in pollination, enabling plants to reproduce and ensuring the availability of fruits and vegetables. Without plants and flowers, the natural world and human life would struggle to survive. Visiting gardens, parks, or natural landscapes fosters gratitude and environmental awareness. When we develop a personal connection with plants and flowers, we become more conscious of the need to protect them. Admiration leads to respect, and respect leads to responsible action. Caring for nature ultimately means caring for our own future, as a healthy environment is essential for generations to come. Taking time to visit and admire plants and flowers allows us to pause and reconnect. A few moments spent observing a blooming flower or listening to leaves rustle in the wind can create mindfulness, pulling our attention away from screens and worries. This pause refreshes the mind and restores clarity, making us more focused and balanced when we return to our responsibilities. The following day, we attended church, and after a shared potluck lunch, we headed to Bear Island Fort. Film fans may recognize it as a filming location for Mission Impossible 2, starring Tom Cruise. The heritage-listed islet lies at La Perouse in Sydney's eastern suburbs, about 16 kilometers southeast of the central business district, within Botany Bay near its northern headland. A footbridge connects Bear Island to the mainland, and while the surrounding waters are popular for scuba diving and snorkeling, access to the historic fort and its tunnels is only possible through guided tours. Built in 1885, the fort was designed to defend Botany Bay, considered the city's back door from a feared Russian invasion. After exploring the site, we crossed back over the footbridge to La Perouse to watch the sun sink below the horizon. One of Sydney's oldest suburbs, La Perouse is rich in history and offers scenic walks, swimming spots, and inviting local cafes, ideal for a relaxed day trip. At the heart of the area stands the Macquarie Watchtower, more than just a picturesque stone structure. It is a rare remnant of early colonial architecture, bearing witness to stories of smuggling, customs enforcement, and the shaping of Australia's colonial identity. We ended the day with a simple dinner of fish and chips, an ideal conclusion to a day filled with friendship, shared experiences, and just enough adventure.